welcome everybody to our first live stream of the day, Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, obviously, the market's had a big pullback due to inflation, so we're going to talk about that, but there is actually a lot of good stuff happening in the ecosystem, so we're going to talk about that too. So it's going to be a cup half full over here and a cup half empty over here, or cup half empty over here and a cup half full over there, somewhere like that. It's going to be a bit of fun. Let's get into it, folks. Let's just finish the setup. Get into the chat there, folks. Say hello. It's like what we like to see. So bam, there we go. And we've got a few people in the house already. BTC and the Matrix, party time. It's going to be party time. Well, after we talk about the market correction, it's going to be party time. We've got Christian in the house there. Let's get it on. And, of course, a big welcome from Hex Token channel. Thanks, everybody, for coming. We enjoy it. And, man, we've got the best community. And, of course, we got getting some pretty hard, thick skin in our community too. So we got proof of weight, as it were. Brendan says, fiat on and off ramp with Coast bullish AF. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that too. That's coming up pretty shortly. And, of course, we got Wookie as well. Woohoo! Let's just wait, right? I think you were responding to Richard. Richard's in the house. Hi, Hex Token. When you think the bottom will be in? Well, we're going to be talking about that again. We've been pretty consistent about that, so we'll catch up to that soon, Richard. And we've got Brennan in there as well. Howdy, Superman. Good to see Brennan. Crypto Dan. Hi, everybody. Love from Scotland. Hey, nice one there. A big shout out to you in Scotland there. And what I said, Brennan, DXY pumped hard, dumped the markets. Yeah, pumped hard and dumped. Yeah, that's right. So the inflation numbers, we're going to get into that. Let's get straight into it, folks. We've got a lot to talk about. So what we're going to get into all project updates. I think we've got like 5 project updates, I think. We've got the Hex Daily Stats. We've got up PulseX update with limit orders. So we're going to talk about that, which is really, really awesome. So it's probably our first major Pulsechain PulseX update for a while. So we've got that, and of course, what else? A few other things. So let's get into it. We've got all the charts. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into the market. So Dow plunges 1,200 points in tech sell-off after inflation report. Let's have a look at the numbers. We've got the Dow Jones there. Remember, this is the top 30 industrials in the United States. It was down 1,276 points. Can you believe it? Almost 4%. Down to 31,104. And we talked about this, over months ago. That this is kind of what we get into, green days. We've actually had it quite good, actually, in the markets. We've had it pretty good overall, but we've got less volatility, but we're getting the volatility in. Now you can see this play out right in front of our eyes. And, of course, we've got the S&P 500 there, down 177 points at 4.3%, down to 3,932. Broke the 4,000 there. And we've got the NASDAQ with all the tech companies in it, down 634 points, down a whopping 5.16%. And, of course, here we are down 11,633. However, we do have the futures here. The futures are in green at the moment, just slightly in green, but the futures are slightly in green here, so that's a positive as well. Now, the volatility index up a massive 14%. Can you believe it? Up 3.4 to 27.27. That's a pretty big increase there. The dollar index is up 1.42. People risk off, and, of course, going to the reserve currency there, at least for the time being. Some people are talking about, a century change there and moving and balance of powers, but that's a whole bigger topic. Let's jump over to the oil commodities there. $93.53 is Brent crude, pretty even actually. So the oil there's pretty even, $93.53, $87.56 as well. We've got the gold there at $1,700 and silver at $19.30. Both of them down slightly. So far, gold's not really responding the way that people would normally expect it to, and it hasn't been doing that for a long time. So we'll see. We've got soybeans there pretty flat as well. So not too much happening on the commodity markets. Let's get into the commentary and see what it has to say. Oh, unfortunately, it's red. We've had so much green lately. We got red. So U.S. stocks sold off sharply after August inflation report came in higher than expected, ending the session with the Dow down the most since June 2020. The consumer price index for August showed inflation rose 0.1% from July, despite the drop in price of gasoline. This is kind of the nominal inflation rate, includes food and energy, and obviously those have been big movers. From last year, inflation was up 8.3%, while analysts expected an 8.1 print. Obviously, you think that's really small, but it's actually the core inflation rate that was really jumped. I think it was 6%. And, of course, that excludes foods and energy. That's really what caused the shock, I think, was that core inflation. That was up quite a lot. All right, so money markets forecast an 81% chance of a 75 basis point increase in interest rates. And this is kind of where we're settling on this channel. Obviously, the inflation is coming to surprise the market a little bit there, a bit higher. Hasn't naturally come down as much as people would have hoped. And of course, remember, interest rates are a very blunt instrument, and so it does take time as well to play out. So this is, maybe we'll get a stronger interest rate rise. We've now nearly got a 20% chance, so 20% chance of a full 100 basis point hike. That would certainly send the markets down chilling there into October, November. So people are talking about when is the bottom in? Well, we've been pretty consistent that after the 21st of September with the interest rate rise, that's when we're going to get even more volatility. The market is not really has been kind of pushing things to the side a lot, not really taking this as serious as it would have in the past. But markets do that. Crypto, stock markets do that a lot. And of course, this has been particularly robust because we've had such a long period of growth and cheap money that the market's sort of waking itself up to the way it used to react to these things. And of course, here we are with a 100 basis point hike possibly on the table there for September 21st. Remember, the next interest rate rise after that or review is in November. So this bodes increasing for that. Now, obviously, the midterms coming up, so they'll probably want to, since they seem to be they're supposed to be neutral, but you see that if they see their policies coming out of the Federal Reserve, they're not neutral policies. They're leaning one side. So you take from that what you will. And there we are. So today's decline comes from stocks that had rallied as investors took advantage of August market declines. This is the last inflation report before the Fed's policy meeting next week. Remember, it's the 21st September. Investors had hoped that Fed would have some reason to raise rates less dramatically, and that's what we're all hoping for, maybe just a 75 basis points. But the Fed is determined to quash inflation despite risk of pushing the economy into a recession. Remember, we're already technically in a recession with 2 quarters negative growth. And of course, the Tuesday report dampens hopes that inflation has already peaked. And of course, we've been doubtful about that too on this channel. So that's just the way it goes. We're hoping for the best, of course. Hope is not really enough. Sometimes when you get smashed, reality punches you back in the nose. And reality is always a good thing when you get that punch in the nose there. Wakens you up a little bit there. Anyway, so we're probably still got that late September, October, November. Possibly we might get that bottom in crypto stock market. And of course, this all depends whether they stop raising interest rates at the end of the year. At least to slow it down to a really low amount. Obviously, they're looking at 4 basis points. They may even go slightly higher. 4 percentage points in the federal funds rate. They may even go higher than that. So a 4% would be about 275 basis points increases. And of course, if they decide to go increase interest rates into 2023, that's the real big problem. Like, it's bad enough getting to 4% from an asset valuation point of view, but it's really if they keep doing it into 2023. And of course, typically they would have to go a lot higher to pull down an 8.3% interest rate, inflation rate than they are now. So we'll see whether they actually do it. So far, they've been slow. Remember, they thought that inflation was going to be transitory. They've been slow with the interest rate rises. And this is great because these guys don't know what they're doing. The current administration are full of, they're all just completely crazy. And of course, we've had to put up with these guys for a long time. They've now got the power strings though. And of course, hopefully the positive of that is that it's played into our asset valuations. The asset valuations are really higher than they would have been if we'd had people in there knowing what they're doing. Fortunately for us, that hasn't been the case. So it's been good for assets, and that's what we care about ultimately is the asset values being higher. So cool. That's where we are at the moment. So yeah, with this interest rate rise and the high inflation, then that's a more bearish market. So potentially late September, October, November, we might hit that bottom. And of course, we saw the markets pull back pretty seriously at the moment. So that's kind of where the play is. But yeah, 2023, if those interest rates keeps rising, asset prices are inversely related to the interest rates. That seems to include the crypto, very recently tied to the stock market as well. There's a lot of similar big institutional players in there now too, doing similar behaviors. So we're probably going to get that increasing over time. Now, I still think that institutional adoption for crypto, particularly the top ones like Bitcoin and stuff like that, is only probably 20% into its 10-year range, so maybe 2-3 years into it. I think there's a lot of adoption to come ahead, obviously subject to sovereign state clampdowns, regulation. We saw recently the SEC set up their own dedicated office for crypto. Even though crypto is still a small market, I mean, we're talking about under $1 trillion at the moment. That's a small market in global assets. Yeah, that's just because it's high profile, and you've got celebrities doing NFTs and things like that. I mean, it's just the way it goes. But it's I think it's more fundamental. I think it's about freedom, and of course, many people that are wanting to clamp down on crypto are against freedom, and of course, because they want power and control, and they think that they're smarter than you, even if you've got more degrees than them. They think that they're smarter than you for some reason. Once they get power, that sweet taste of power, they go all crazy. Anyway, let's jump over to crypto. There we are, a sea of lava, as we say, red lava there. And of course, BTC was actually doing really well, up at 20,700, something like that. And it's down about almost 10% there, down at 20,163. The difference, I think, is that crypto does have the ability to bounce back a bit more. Obviously, being the best performing asset class, has a lot better chance of bouncing back. We do know that sailors out there buying Bitcoin and raising $500 million, things like that. So there's a bit of support there. ETH there at the moment at 1576. Really, we've got the ETH merge coming up very, very soon. I'm going to look at that in a second. $1,576, down 7.7%. That's not too bad actually at the moment. Holding up fairly well after it was up at 1750 or something like that. So we'll be looking to see whether that still has chance to do a bit of move. It actually might move after the ETH merge. If that goes through smoothly, maybe it actually rallies after, because it really hasn't done that much before the actual merge. It did the first wave. We thought we'd have a second wave. Did a very soft second wave, if you want to look at it like that. But nothing. It was really BTC that was moving up, dragging the market up there. So, yeah, let's see what happens after. Some people are calling, obviously, the sell-off, like ETH will sell off after the merge, but I mean, it's already been smashed pretty much. We'll see what the markets are still negative, then it's going to go down. This is the way it's going to be, I think. Be a surprise to the upside if the market was able to go against the grain. But it's always possible in crypto. We'll see, but I think we have to play a probability that if the markets are red again tomorrow, and of course the ETH merge goes through, that the markets will continue to go down. We will see whether the merge can hold ETH up compared to the rest of the market in particular. I look forward to the day that ETH, basically flips BTC, but we'll see. Obviously, we want to fork it with Pulsechain. Let's jump into when the ETH merge is happening. ETH merge at the moment is in real time. We've got the countdown 1 day and 5 hours away. So 1 day and 5 hours away here. I'll post this link in the chat there if you want to check it out. Bam. It looks like we've got some more comments in here, so we're going to get into that. So we're looking at 15th September already at 2022. We've got 1 day, 5 hours, and 11 minutes to go. Looks like we've got 7,352 blocks remaining for the ETH merge. And of course, we're waiting till the difficulty in the network reaches 58,750 quintillion there. So that's our target up the top there. That's our target, that top blue line. The green line is the actual. We're heading towards it at the moment, so they're slowly moving towards it. And so that's about a day and 5 hours away to close that gap there, that gray area. We're looking forward to that. So that's cool. That's where we are at the moment. We've got the current blocks at the moment at 115,529,800. So we're just waiting for that to go through there. So 1 day and 5 hours away. It's getting pretty close. Let's see whether it can actually hold the market up, even if the stock market's red again tomorrow. We'll see. All right, cool. That's where we are at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let's get in some of the chats here before we jump into the crypto charts. We've got a lot of project stuff coming up, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see who else has arrived in the chat. We got what did I get up to here? Love from Scotland. We got to Crypto Dan, that's for sure. Vance Malone, I think that's where we're up to. Hey Vance, good to see you. And PulsePot there, good morning, super. I think we've seen you for a while there, Vance Malone. So it's actually good to see you in the chat there. I hope you are good, says PulsePot. Very good, PulsePot. Thank you very much. Pulsechain updates. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that with the prices there. Pulsechain actually holding up with the market there, Pulse Beta. So well done on that one. Paul O'Shea as well. Hello, all. Good to see you, Paul. Check my pulse. What's up? What's up, Superman? Woohoo! Good to see you. Check my pulse. Evening Hexicans. Dave down under in house as well. Still waiting for good Hex news. Yes, that's right. So I think after the 21st September, We've got the Maximus team and perpetuals. If we get this big rally in the perpetuals, maybe we'll get some of that percentage going into the Hex market. We will see. I have stuff about where I think Hex is going, but I haven't talked about it at all on this channel, and I'm just cautious about doing that. Yeah, because I'll just leave it like that. PulsePot says just sold the news on Weight Token, bought back in and then bought PCN. Nice one there, PulsePot. Very good play. We're going to talk about obviously the Weight Token had a massive rally. We're going to talk about that in a second. Crypto Dan is selling more Hex purchase today for basement. Nice one there, Crypto Dan. Base token, the 1 year perpetual, awesome stuff. And of course, that if you do diamond hands on that, that's going to be the first one to get some of the diamond hands rewards as well. Yield on yield, or yield plus yield. It's going to be pretty cool. What else there? Fat Sammy says, bloody day, hold fast Hexkins. That's true. Lies Beneath in the house there. Good to see Fat Sammy, by the way. One of our moderators in Discord. Lies Beneath says, hello, how are you today? Very good, I say. And of course, hello all Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLX for the 100%. We are waiting for Pulsechain patiently. And of course, I think we're going to launch at the right time. I think Richard's going to pick the right time. We're going to have a lot of the third-party dApps have been built by then. And I think everything's going to align very well with the stars by the time we do launch. Obviously, we just have to be more patient until then. Fat Sammy in the house. Woohoo! A new member. Nice one, Fat Sammy. Our moderator. Woohoo! Nice one. I've got to do the bow down as well. So it's probably a membership renewal. It's hard, doesn't ever say that on here, but very cool. Fat Sammy, appreciate the support, big time, and awesome moderating in the Discord as well. BC says a big red day, time to go shopping, says BC. Yeah, and you might get a bit more tomorrow. Dollar cost averages are the best way to go through these days, that's for sure. Fat Sammy said we'd had to manually renew my channel membership, says Fat Sammy. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Advancement Lounge says thanks for the shout out. It's just hard for me to watch you live. That's all good, Vance. It's great to see you today, and that's for sure. There's always the reruns. What's a rerun, they say? What's a rerun? And we've got Hexodal in the house. Hey, Hexodal, woo! Hey, everybody. Hexodal's in the house there. Hexodal's been doing very well lately, too. There's quite a few of you in the chat that have been picking up these assets at the right time and making some good plays. Hap's in the house as well. Another Hex Token channel member with you, Superman from LA. A big shout out to you, Hap. Hope things are going well in LA. And maybe if we've had really good news out of Las Vegas, out of the PulseCon conference, and of course the events around it. A lot of people saying really good. I saw Crypto Coffee do a video on that out in the wilderness where it was raining and stuff like that. He had little Hexcon blocks like on the hill or something, rocks there. It was pretty neat. KG, of course, gave it a very passionate comment as well. It was really, really beautiful from KG there. So really people seemed like they had a really good time. Craig, of course, from Gen Hex said he had a great time. So yeah, this looks like people meeting other Hexkins and Pulsekins. It was a really good thing, making some really strong friendships there. PulsePot in the house there. Woohoo! New member. Hey, nice one, PulsePot. And of course, that's probably a renewal as well, right, PulsePot? But bow down for that. Superman bow downs. Everyone's after the Superman bow downs. My humility is too crazy. Anyway, let's get into it, folks. Let's get into the chart. Here we go. We're going to get into it. And of course, we're going to Hex charts first. Let's quickly do a roundup. I've got to do this in the right order. We've got so many projects to talk about today. Obviously, we're Hex down at 3.7. Had a pullback, obviously, with the markets. Let's do a full screen on this. There it is there on the Hex there. We had been sitting around for, 16 days or so at around 4 cents plus or minus. We're down at 3.7 there, so definitely broke down from there, obviously, with the weight of the market pullback there. And there we are, 3.7. Now, obviously, there are a lot of distractions with a lot of other projects that are being built on Hex. And, of course, but they're mostly good, right? So that short-term pain for long-term gain. That's what we say. Maybe midterm game. How about that? We've got Maxi here also pulled down, even despite the awesome things that are happening for Maxi. We're down at just under 8 cents there, 7,986. So where we are at the moment. And of course, that's actually kind of cool for a rise up because the RSI cools down there. Let's have a look at the premium over Hex to see whether that's held up. And of course, I surmise that it should do. Yep, a 2.14. So good, looking good on the old premium, holding up pretty nicely versus Hex at 2.14. And of course, I think we're only getting warmed up. We're day nine into Maxi. It's going to end up in a couple of hours. I'll be doing the update on that later today. So day 9. So cool. We're going to have an update now, but we're going to talk about it later. So that's kind of the Maximus there. Let's actually get into that. Let's do the update quickly on Maxi. And where am I going here? I'm going to go to the view first. Let me go to this in this order. So we're going to refresh this and see where the results are for Maximus. I will be doing a day 9 update for the day 9 results. But currently, we're at 18 million for base. This is getting much better, much better. We're at day 8, and we are looking good. This is a much better increase in the base token. Obviously, the diamond hands has really helped and spur people on. We've got 939 T-shares. So almost up into the dolphin status. We've got the trio, the 3-year perpetual stake there, 18.41 million. Hex has gone in there. That's beautiful. And dolphin status there, 1,278 T-shares. Lucky the 7-year one. And this one here could be very lucky because it's coming out just before all the 10-year stakes in 2030. And this is currently at 16.56 million. Interesting enough. And of course, it's got the third best APY, the annual percentage yield there. And of course, this has got 16.7. That's also up in the dolphin class there. Very exciting. But the Decky or Decimus is at a massive 64.89, basically 65 million X gone in there. This is very nice. Very nice. This is almost at our, because we want about 150 million in each of these at least. All right. So 600 million is kind of that reasonable target, I think. And if we go past it, hey, that'd be glorious. But 600 is kind of a nice target. That's 150 million each times 4. That's 600 million. That's kind of our base target there. Of course, not surprising with the Decimus there, almost at 30% APY. That's going in there. So cool. I actually think this is pretty conservative, especially for the longer period. The 6.3 Hex payout there. Yeah, it's going to be much higher in my view over time. All right, so cool. Let us see where that's. So we've got a total of 117,902,000. So that's almost 118 million. So we're almost got enough. We're almost up to one of them being fulfilled. But of course, the Decimus there is pretty epic. So let me just do this. 65 divided by 150. So that means Decimus is at 43.3% of its target of 150. We'll see how they get on in due time. Now, each of them has different benefits. Now, if you've got the base and you're doing diamond hands, you're going to get the rewards of diamond hands, any airdrop or any penalties in there first, because it's the first one coming out in a year. So it's going to be fun to see that play out too. The lucky, of course, the trio, of course, is really great because you have so many rewards, particularly for the team. If you're holding team coming out the trio, and the lucky, of course, coming out before the 10-year stakes, it's going to be epic. So, and of course, the Decimus has that, a bigger pays better maxi 10-year pet thing going on. So it's going to be good too. All right, so cool. We're up to 12,391 T-shares. Let's see this baby go up. And of course, so let's do that actually. 12,400. I'll do 12,400. It's close enough. Divided by 42. Hopefully I've done this right. 29.5%. 29.5% of, is that right? Did I do that right? Pretty sure. 12,400 divided by 42,000. I hope I'm doing this right again. Yeah, 29.5% of the Maximus T-shares there. It's going pretty well. All right, so let's get into the big news here. Of course, team token, 37.6 million Maxi, and you can see that down here, has gone into team so far. That's absolutely beastie boy stuff. That is absolutely insane. That is fantastic. Of course, 28.26 million staked already. And of course, they're going to be getting 50% of the bigger pace better bonus from the perpetuals as they mature. The Hedron, they're going to be getting the 369 bonus of Maxi. So 30% of the Maxi that goes into the minting phase and goes into that. And of course, they're going to get that. And of course, there are wildcard airdrops and growth of the product ecosystem, which actually could be extremely lucrative and probably in some ways, depending on how much product innovation and airdrops going on there, could be filthy good. Obviously, no expectations, right? No expectations, but that does seem to be something that could be of a really good upside. Although team is also competing, it seems to me, with the diamond hands. So we're going to see how that play out over time, how that works. So cool. At the moment, of course, 37 million in the Maxi, absolutely fabulous. That is so good. So let's actually do the quick math on that. 37 divided by 293.3. That is currently 12.6% of the Maxi supply. That's brilliant. And of course, 20% goes into the maximum burn. That's going to be burn straight off out of the gate on the 28th there. That's 7.41 million. 369 rebate has got 30%. It's got 11.12 million maxi. And the mystery box there is a massive now, 18.53 million. And I wouldn't be surprised if that surpasses the Hedron deployer by itself, let alone all the maxi that's gone into the team wallet when that's standing. And of course, it's going to get 100% of the team tokens. It's a mystery box, and no expectations. But apparently, when you stake your team, there could be some mysterious airdrops. And of course, mysterious goes very similar with mystery box, but no expectations there. All right, enough jokes aside. Let's jump over to the contract on Etherscan. This thing's looking absolutely awesome. And we've got 293.3 million maxi, 5,535 orders actually up today, which is pretty crazy. But let's have a look. 37 million. A Hedron deploy at 27 has not moved yet. I think if it does move, it will be near the end of the launch phase. And of course, we've got these big whales here as well. And of course, we've seen 3 whales that have got 1 million maxi or more. We've seen 2 whales with 2 million moves so far as well. Let's have a look and see who else has decided to join that club of 5 and move in relatively early, I think. We've still got quite a bit of way to go there. So let's have a look here. I'm going to make sure this is a bit bigger. It's a little bit zoomed in too close there. Let's go back to the next page. So we'll go back about 21 hours because I have probably talked about some of these. 50,000 we had, 20,000. What else? There were 75,000 came in. That's what else? 70K there, another 75, some decent amounts. I mean, 75, decent amounts, 35 there. So that's all about 9 hours or so ago. Let's see if we've got any other ones in here. Lots of retail coming in, obviously. Let's have a look here, 57,000. So those are the big ones, and 30. So no 100,000 ones, no 1 million or 2 million ones today. But we've had, so far about 3 million club, and or we've had 5 in the million club. 2 of them had 2 million that put in. So that's pretty exciting. We had lots of 100s, 150s, that sort of thing coming as well. So looking really, really good. And of course, we're just wrapping up on a day 8 in a couple of hours time. So stay tuned for that. I'll do an update later today. Let's quickly get into some of the tweets as well. The Maximus Gladiators understand the way. I really like this. So this, if you're thinking about the strategy, this is really cool. Buy Hex, stake Hex in the perpetuals, and buy Maxi mint to Maximus team, the stake team. So those are the 2 basic things that you can do during this launch phase. And then, of course, you can choose optionally to join Maximus Diamond Hands and receive. And of course, by doing that, you're going to get penalties if people in-stake their Diamond Hands, and also mysterious airdrops as well, which will be pretty lucrative, particularly for the base because it comes out first. And obviously, all of them will get it. So that could be pretty exciting. Obviously, the longer the stake period that your Diamond Hands, then the more likely you're going to have more penalties and more airdrops and crew like that. So it could be very, very cool. Then, of course, you're going to receive a double everything on the Pulsechain. This one here, so you're going to receive a double as well. So the perks just keep getting better and better. You play the long game. That's the way it goes. And then you auto restake the perpetuals, of course. So if they mature, the base matures yearly, the trio 3 yearlies, etc. You just keep auto staking them. And of course, the grow your position in the perpetuals from the Diamond Hands. So you can take those assets and even grow your positions even more if you reinvest and compound. Use team rewards to stake more Hex. So all that you can get more Hex and stake again, and of course ultimately prosper. So some really nice game stuff. That's just at the moment, and of course we know this team's going to keep probably launching new products at the right time, new gamifications potentially. This team is full of innovation, so we're looking forward to that. This is very good, of course, for if you're a retail book and the gas fee around the gas fees. It's very good for saving gas fees, obviously for you as well. So just remember that. We're going to jump into, I'm just not sure what else they got on here. Let me jump through here. There is another Maxi giveaway here. So 1,000 Maxi was 5 hours ago. 1,000 Maxi giveaway. How much team do you predict the Maximus team community will airdrop to the perpetual pool stakers via the Diamond Hands contract? To enter the draw, reply here with your answer. This is on at the moment, so definitely get into this. I mean, these giveaways are fantastic. So Maximus 1,000. Maximus 1,000 giveaway. So he did one yesterday, as we remember as well. Maximus giveaway. So get into this. This is easy peasy. We like to do the giveaways. At least tell you about them. That's for sure. So cool. Get into that. That is coming up. Very nice. Hey, we've got a few other people in the house there. We've got Wally's in there. I love Hex, Maxi, Hedron, but also PZN. Future profits will always flow into Hex again. That's right. I think that's, in the most cases, that will probably end up playing out that way. And of course, hello, family. Good to see Christian. Is Diamond Hands running yet? Not yet. A couple of days. It's going to audit, and it's gone to audit and then a launch. So probably a couple of days there, Christian, is what we're expecting to happen there. When does team and all that end? The 27th at 0 UTC time, Charity. That's when it ends, 27th of this month at 0 UTC time. Crypto Freedom in the house as well. A red day, time to DCA and the Hex. Woo-hoo-hoo. I like how you're thinking there, Crypto Freedom. And dollar cost average in Sandy Beach. The girl next door is living at the beach, and she is here in the house. Good to see you, Sandy, and also moderator on our Discord. Hello, Hex Token, everybody, to Sandy Beach. So say hello to Sandy Beach, everybody. All right, so cool. Really, really neat stuff in here. Now, what we had, Dipcatch also went live 30 minutes ago to discuss the Diamond Games theory there. Answer questions and start testing to prepare for audit. So if you want to check that out, that was 4 hours ago. Go check that out if you're going to think about going to Diamond Hands, which is just like another yield on top of the perpetuals, which is fantastic. Basically staking for the ownership tokens. Really, really cool. So nice stuff going on there. KG did an interview with Dipcatcher too. And of course, I guess I've got to organize one for this channel. Since I talk about it so much, it probably makes sense, right? And Dipcatcher has put out the invite, so I probably need to organize that. And yeah, just absolutely amazing there happening with the Maxi there. I think that's pretty much it. Let me go here. I think we're almost there. That's it. That's pretty much the update for Maximus. Let's get into it. We're going to jump back to the markets. And of course, at the moment, 2.14 premium, looking really good. Let's jump into Hedron. Hedron obviously pulling back down here, down to the bottom of the range. This is down to where Randy Alasky was calling. Had hit that already first time on the 8th, and looks like it's hit it again on the 13th. Obviously, the hype's coming out a bit there. There's still a lot of people with X returns, big X returns. And of course, there is that 2-month gap between the fortnight big payday when all those options are going to be held. This is not going away anywhere. This is just having, unfortunately, with the markets and momentum and other things going on in the marketplace, other products, there's obviously just taking a bit of a toll on the chart at the moment, but it's still holding up pretty well at 3,200. We'll see how we get on here. The RSI has definitely pulled back down to 46 or so. So looking good. So we'll have another day in the office, as it were. It's just not today. Let's jump out of there. Obviously, people have got their ICOSA staked and Hedron staked. You keep earning, and that's the key thing. Just keep earning that yield because it's going to be a massive payday in November, 13th, 14th onwards. Right, we've got ICOSA there at $1.17 at the moment, and I think that's pretty much there. So we're going to jump away to the B. Where am I up to here? I think we're going to close out of the maximum here. Let's go into the BNB charts. Yeah, we're going to BNB. These are the charts here. We're going to have a look how they're getting on as well under the pullback in the market. So BNB at the moment is down 6% to $276. So let's have a look to see where this is at. Let me close some of these other ones as well. I'll keep that one open actually. So we got Pulse Dodge, the original, down at 44 hundredths of 1 cent. So just under 0.5% there. Pulling back, had a couple of good days, then just pulling back there, obviously under the weight of the market. We've also got P33 was managing to slowly crawl itself back up to 11.5 cents, down to 9.6 cents at the moment. Obviously, the timing of the market, it just can go in your favor, can also go against you. Internet money, of course, pretty big victim at the moment. That chart's not looking very good at all, down to under 6,000 now. And of course, not too far away from this low back here, this local low at least, bound here at 4.5. So, yeah, unfortunately, just a victim there on the BNB, which brings us to, you guessed it, PulsePot, because PulsePot is going to be launching on BNB chain, and it looks like it's going to be in October now, obviously not the 14th. We're on the 14th in Kiwi time, but of course, it's been deferred there. Heinz Crypto confirmed that to us yesterday. But we have got the auctions for the BNB. Pulsechain auctions for the Roulette NFT tables were successful. Now we've got the BNB ones going through those. We had BNB yesterday that went really well. And now we've got the BUSD, the stable coin, on BNB chain. They've got different tokens, different chains. And of course, here we are at the moment. I think this is just sold. So let's have a look at the bids. Looks like who's won this bid. Let me have a look here. Hopefully we've got something that's easy to follow. These all got crossed off details here. Not sure what's happening there. Last sale, it says 4.8 ETH. So I think it might have gone for 4.8 ETH there. Is the price that they've got on here. And I think it probably is. The current owner is Blue Cloud. So it looks like Blue Cloud has won that. But I'm surprised that Blue Cloud would overbet himself on the bids here. It seems there's a Blue Cloud in there. That bit looks a bit weird. So cool. That is the market on that one. Let's jump back out of there and have a look at the, let me just refresh here. And this is the PulsePot here. So we've got BNB. That one is finished. BUSD is finished. So the next one up for grabs will be Cake. Cake will be the next one. Let me refresh this one more time. So Cake will be the next roulette table up for grabs. So yeah, BNB, BUSD, Cake one there. Let's see whether they've actually already pushed that up there 2 hours ago. I don't think this is, they've got the link to that for some reason. Let's go have a look at this and see whether this has got it up. But yeah, we're looking for them to launch the actual PulsePot game, which is the first game. That's going to be in October now. And of course, they've got the roulette tables going. First of all, Pulsechain sold out, and now the BNB one. So it looks like they've probably got the Cake one up and running. I'm not sure whether it shows down here. Let me go to the creator. Not sure if the creator one's going to have it either. Nothing found on there. So yeah, having a bit of trouble there finding those. But then no doubt the Cake is the next one up and running. So we'll try and stay tuned for that. Let me just go to the PulsePot here. I'm not sure if this will have it on here too. So this is the game that's going to be launching in October, this one here. But let's go to auctions and have a look. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, don't you love the URLs? All right, so this is it here. So we had 12.72 ETH on the BNB roulette, 4.8 ETH there on BSD, and now we've currently got the Cake roulette, which I think is a popular one too. This will probably be, given how big, Cake, pancake swap is and all that, that should be pretty fun. This one here's got, they had a max bet of 25,000, 20,000. This one's got 15,000 on the Cake roulette. And let's have a look at the bid here. See, it's got, obviously the reserve is 1 Ethereum. So let's see where it's at the stage. 21 hours and 50 minutes to go. So 21 hours and 50 minutes to go. And of course, the highest bid is 2 ETH now. So it's jumped up there. Let's have a look at the bid history. So 2 ETH is the one there. So straight off the bat there, El Greco House of Pleasures. They have been one of the bidders. So we've been some pretty similar bidders playing out there. That's a 2 wrapped ETH there. And of course, looking not too bad. We've got a PulsePot owner there of the other ones. This should show up the right NFTs. So these are all the NFTs showing up there. You can see the Pulsechain ones as well on Referral here, the NFT marketplace. So that's pretty cool. Exciting. I love this stuff. This is frontier innovation in casino, iGaming, DeFi. This really is cool. 21 hours to go for that. I'm very excited. It's very excited. All right, here's the page link to that if you want to check it out. Go and check that one out. It's pretty cool if you want to save it to your favorites. You're following these. Even if you're just interested in see what they go for, there it is. So cool. Now it's going to scroll down to the bottom here. They've got a cool FAQs here. You can read through those. But I wanted to go down to the time frame. So their jackpot one, the PulsePot game there, the jackpot that we just saw, that is launching in October now, not the 14th of September. But that's still, on the front end of the time zone. It was pretty much the fourth quarter of this year, calendar-wise. And of course, the roulette there, NFTs in progress. They're going to have price calls coming up after that, which I think we're going to be pretty popular. And because I always like this sort of stuff. And sports markets coming after that. And then of course, Q4 23, they're going to have slot games, NFTs. And I suggest to you, they might end up having quite a few of this. Some of the stuff might actually get to market faster and faster. So these times are tentative times. But remember, they're also doing 5 chains. This is not just the games, but they're doing all these games, but 5 chains as well. And obviously, Pulsechain is their main target. But it's going to be epic when it launches, I'm sure. So cool stuff there from PulsePot. Keep up the great work for the PulsePot team. And Jacob the Dev. So it's Jacob the Dev that leads that project. And he seems to be very benevolent from what I've seen so far. Lots of giveaways. And really looking to, his goal is to, he says in the interviews, is to raise the PLSP price, which is the native token of PulsePot. And so he's doing everything in his power to do that, from product development to cross-chain and to marketing. So we're looking forward to that. I think the community is growing day by day on that one. So this is a speculative project. I just want to be very clear about that. So compared to the relative, it's all relative in crypto. The speculative, this is kind of on the more speculative end, obviously, and meets a certain market in crypto that likes iGaming and casino games. All right, let's jump away to the next charts here. We're going to go into the airdrops. Let's see, because this is where there's been excitement. Man, oh man, this is exciting. And of course, we're going to go to Pulse Dodge first. Just because I'm going to tease you guys with that one. We got Pulse Dodge first there, down to $2.75. So it has broken below the $3, $2.95, $3 mark there. But the dual token system is still coming. And I haven't actually checked the tweets on that today, but we will quickly check it just to make sure Pulse Dodge has not given us anything around that. So I think I've got that here. So let's go. I don't think there's an update on this. Let's have a look, see whether I'm thinking I should do more live interviews of Pulse Bitcoin upon release. I need to do like 3 for Pulse Dodge. If you have any suggestions on interview people YouTube channels, feel free to drop them below. Well, let's drop in Hex Token channel, shall we? Hex Token would be a good one. Let's put that in. So you can go and like this if you want. Go and like that one. And of course, let's copy that, and you can go and give that a like. That's the one there for PulsePot, and we'll try and get an interview with there as well. They got R8 Max. They got. Hey, we got Token Hex here. Woohoo! Nice one there from Pulse Dodge. I like that. That is cool. So get in there and do that. David Feder. Who else in there? I like Coffee too. Obviously, Coffee's the number one. He's the biggest channel by a mile. He is ranked on YouTube as well. If you understand what that means, he's basically in the algorithm. Cool. Fat Sammy, Hex Token channel. Woohoo! I can arrange. I like that, Fat Sammy. I like how you talk. I like that. I can arrange. I can arrange it. I can arrange it. I can arrange it. I love it. That's Fat Sammy, moderator in the chat there. Love it. I love it. So cool. You've got Corey Costa there and a few others. So nice on that one. Let's see how it goes. So obviously, that's going to be a lot of fun. So very nice. Let's have a quickly jump back there and see what else he's got there. This is probably launching pretty imminently. So I kind of think this is kind of the next one to move. Obviously, we're waiting for that. So it sounds like it's getting closer as we speak on the old Pulse Dodge coin there. So that's cool. So at the moment, though, it's doing pretty well given the market. Remember, it's up $1. It's $2.75 at the moment. Obviously, pulling back at this stage with the market down, but they've still got that dual token. So it's kind of probably the next play coming up. But of course, all the drama, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world. It's coming up. Actually, what's this one here? That's not. I'm getting out that one. It's coming up here. So this is the white token, and of course, look at this. Man, oh man, look at yesterday. Woohoo! Look at that volume candle in white token. Obviously, most people were waiting, but I'm sure some people didn't wait. And of course, here we are at 0.5 cent. We're down 0.5 cent. It went all the way explosively up to 2.17 cents. So what a nice day in the office. And of course, we had the market pull back pretty dramatically. At the moment, it's still holding up at 1.18 cents there. So just under 1.2 cents. And obviously, the news is broken from the developer who was on Crypto Coffee. And of course, that was just before this live stream. And during this live stream, I'm not sure if it's still on. But of course, that was broken the news. And they are bringing something to Pulsechain in addition to the white token. Obviously, the longer you wait, the more white token you keep. But they are bringing a stable on-ramp to the United States customers. So that is pretty awesome. So let's pull in a little snapshot of that. Let's go back to that video that is on Crypto Copies there. But let's bring in, I've got a little snippet, I say. Let's bring that in because it was pretty cool. I just got to remember what I called it now. I've forgotten what I called it. We were talking about weight. So it's probably down the bottom here somewhere with a W. It tends to be at the end of the alphabet. Last time I checked. Where we are, we got here, weight fiat on-ramp. I think it's this one here. All right, let's go.
What we've done instead is we've created a fiat on-ramp where instead of you send your bank account, your money from your bank account to Coinbase's bank account, in our system, you send it from your bank account, in your personal bank account, to another bank account, which you also own, with all of the other people who own the stablecoin. And so it's based on a ledger system, and it's called what's called a for the benefit of bank account. And what this does is it basically allows you to mint your own stablecoin. At no point will we ever be the custodian of your asset. So as opposed to Coinbase, who have an enormous amount of US dollars in a bank account, and they mint the stablecoin and distribute it to you. In this particular system, you'll send your money from your bank account to your bank account, and your stablecoin will get sent to your wallet, and we will not be a custodian of either.
So that's huge news for Pulsechain, and we may end up with a couple of fiat solutions, quite direct ones. But this one is really clever, and I think they have a good chance of pulling it off. So they're not going to be this custodial; they're just going to be the administrator, and of course they will clip the ticket. I think it's about 4%, but of course they've got a fee reduction plan via staking, which I'm not sure if they got around to talking about much. I think they were keeping that on hush hush, but that may be related to the weight token there. And of course, this is for the United States citizens. They're going to try and move from state to state, obviously different regulations, crypto-friendly states and unfriendly states, like New York, for example. But they're going to move the state to state, and of course, the fiat on-ramp. Basically, you are going to mint your own stable coins, which is called CSD, I think it was, CSD. And of course, that's going to be great for Pulsechain. So we're already going to have liquid loans with USDL, with the DeFi there, with based on Pulse and an endogenous system. This one's going to be a fiat-based system, which those two systems are the two ones that seem to work very well. The other two systems either have political problems, they're centralized like the central banks, which we don't want at all because that's dangerous, too much power already in those hands. Or we've got endogenous systems which fail, like Terra Luna. So we've got those four main systems, and of course, it looks like we're going to have the two best ones, the ones that tend to work, which is a fiat-based one, which is even going to be even a better model of that, because it's basically you sending fiat from your account to another bank account, and of course, them minting your own CSD token. So it's going to be pretty much one-to-one backed, which is awesome, and it's going to be really cool. Now, they're apparently interviewing banking partners for this, and of course, there will be a basic KYC, but it's going to be very basic from this understanding. And of course, you won't have to put up a picture with your name and your face and I am who this person, lots of stuff. It's going to be a simple form of KYC. So this is really, really cool. So we're going to have a fiat-based stablecoin from these guys. This is big news. And of course, we're also going to have the exogenous system of stablecoins through liquid loans. This is really, like I say, the delay in Pulsechain has actually probably played out very well, because we're getting people doing fiat providing. It looks like we'll probably also have fiat gateway. Obviously, there's other fiat gateways formats in Europe with credit cards and things like that. We've got other big providers like that, but also with Overwatch, with the EB Exchange, fiat gateway through there too. So we're going to have several credit card options, banking options as well. So it's really looking good, folks. By the time we launch, we're launching with awesomeness anyway, but now we're going to have these powerful money creators. They're going to funnel money into the Pulsechain. This is where it really just alpha's up there. We're going to have leverage lending and fiat gateways. We've got all this money coming in, leveraging up asset values. So whatever's going through PulseX and Pulsechain, all that's going to just be absolutely magnified, amplified, and it all seems like it's going to happen pretty fast. Otherwise, I think if we had Pulsechain launch already, we'd be having a lot of these big third-party alpha dApps struggling to get to market in time. So it's turning out really, really well. So yeah, more patience, but it's actually going to play out in the end. If you want those big extra returns, this is going to amplify those without a shadow of a doubt. So it's going to be cool. It's going to make a lot mass onboarding much easier too. So very cool. What else is there? We've got a couple more comments, so let me get into that before we move on. So that is the update around there, the main bit. There's obviously a bit more information in our crypto coffee video. So if you haven't seen that, I'll post that in the chat there. Wait. Let me call it Coast announcement, because Coast is the team. Coast announcement. The fiat on ramp. Now there's other stuff on there, I believe. I just haven't seen it all because I had to do my own live stream. That's where it goes. All right, cool. So that is the announcement there. Very nice. All right, cool. Let's jump away from that. And that is the update there. So Coast there has pasted that. So that's on the Coast website on Twitter. So that's cool. I think that's it from them. Let me have a look here. CST is a stable coin. So very, very nice on that one. So that's great news. And I think that's all we're going. They did do a hangman test there. Fiat on-ramp was the answer. I thought that was pretty funny, actually. So this team is full of surprises there. So cool. If you want to follow them on OX Coast, this is obviously the weight token owner. Go save that to your favorites. Pull up your little library of crypto favorites, and then you can just jump to it. There we are. So Coast announcement on Crypto Coffees, the biggest YouTuber in our space outside Richard. That's dedicated to our system. Obviously, there's the million guys as well that they've come in. And then there's the OX Coast there for following information on CST. So really, really cool. USDL and CST, bring it on. The best of the stablecoin models. Obviously, they've got to execute. They've still got more work to do that, but it sounds like this team has got the ability to push that forward, and they've got the time at the moment. So cool. Let's jump away. So that is where we're at the moment. It's at 1.2 cents. Let's see where this price goes. It's going to be pretty interesting. 1.2 cents. Let's see where the price heads to from here. Obviously, it's been that got pumped way high. I didn't expect that to stay there when I saw it, but it was very exciting to see it go. And it actually went up to about 1.5 cents, came down to about 1.3 cents, and then got pumped. And of course, you can see that on the hourly chart there. Look at that. It got come up to 1.2, 1.4 here, came down, and then got pumped massively to 2.2, and then back down. And there it goes at the moment. So 1.2 still holding up pretty nicely. I'd be surprised to see it go down too far. Obviously, there's crypto markets can go down. But with that news, that's really profound news. The problem is it may take time to execute, so that's that gap again, and so the markets can go down. A lot of people have still not claimed, I don't think, but let's have a quick look and see how many people have claimed just to finish off this topic. And let's have a look here to see what that number is at the moment. I think we were sitting, at 80 million yesterday. Let's see what it is today. 86.6 million have minted the token. So I estimate is around about 1.2 billion. So that's not a lot out of that percentage, about 6.5%, 7%, maybe something like that. All right, cool. Let's jump away from there. Great news from the Coast team, by the way. That was big, really, really cool. Great alpha drop from them, and looking forward to it. All right, so that is it. Let's have a look at the wildcards. Woohoo! The wildcards here. PZN actually holding up like a boss here. That's some crazy stuff right there. PZN holding up like a boss. And man, look at that. 1 cent holding up very well. So well done, Pulse Beta, Stressful Struggle, and all those that are invested in there. That has played out very nicely, and actually holding up in this red lava at the moment, holding up in this sort of situation is very, very impressive on that one. So there seems to be some hardcore believers in there. So cool. That is where that's at the moment. Yeah, that potentially could keep going higher. So we'll see where it goes once the red lava is finished. Obviously, it's volatile times at the moment, so take care out there. Dodeca. Unfortunately, Dodeca has had a lot of drama with the contract. Apparently, there's some sort of bug or something. Haven't been able to isolate that. But in any case, what was I going to talk about with this? The price has come down. So let me pull up there. Someone posted this in the new tokens chat, I think. So let's go have a look at this tweet. A buddy said someone on Telegram uncovered a 369 Hex has been removed from liquidity from the Dodeca crypto. Sent me this Etherscan address. It looks like the wallet has removed tens of thousands of Dodeca, but never actually supplied LP itself. What is going on here? So please be careful, Hexagons. I'm not an expert on chain analysis, but it's pretty apparent that what's going on looks like the wallet was also doing the same thing as PLSF was doing. And I've got that's the Pulse Fluky token there. Why did you never inform the community that the code was being ordered when it was a main piece, pay a FUD? This is insane, Matt. You had something great and let greed and your ego run, it says Kyle. Now, I haven't been able to confirm any of that, of course, but the market has decided that must be true, or at least it's decided to sell it off because that has gone out there now. So look, I'm not sure what this transfers are. Good Dodeca here. So yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know if you know anything about this Dodeca in the chart there. Haven't had enough time to really investigate it, but that was what's come out there. And of course, a big shout out to GD for that one. Telegram chat has been wiped to hide vulnerability. User who informed the group that has been banned as well. My contract wasn't ordered upon launch or ordered by weak team there. So that's some of the stuff. But in any case, without confirmation, the market has sold that off, and it got sold down from pretty much 54 cents there. So let's have a look on the hourly on Dodeka. Now, obviously, if you own Dodeka, if you own 369 Dodeka, you were supposed to get, you're getting the Hex dividends. But there it is at the moment. It got sold down all the way down to 7.5 cents. And as I said, someone said that the sacrifice price was around 8 cents. So they actually got sold down just to the actual sacrifice price, and now it's back up at 20 cents there, 21. So we'll see how this goes. If you have anything about that, let us know in the chat. Let's see if anyone else got anything in there. No, I can't see anything in there at the moment. Let's get into some comments. So that's pretty much there on that one. Finally, we've got our last chart here, the Trayvon. These are the wild cards, by the way. So we cover them because members in the community have made them. We got the silver tooths coming out, I think, at some stage, so we're going to add that one. Now, these are all very risky and speculative, depending on what's going on here. But at the moment, we've got this down at 90 cents. So this went from 85 cents all the way up to $1.39 and then down to 92 cents. So see what I mean by speculative? If you bought up here, you'd be out of the money. You just don't know when it's going to recover, if it's going to recover, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, this is Trayvon's project, but still, it's just the way it goes. All right, cool. That is the markets. We're currently probably got the Hex Daily Stats coming out day 116. Not quite there yet, so we'll get that coming up on day 116. That's coming out soon. But we're going to get to the markets. We're currently 1 day and 4 hours away from Ethereum merge. It's coming closer, folks. But let's get into some of the comments in the chat there. Charity says my portfolio is down. Let me go back to the charts there. It's probably a bit more interesting looking at the Hex charts there. And that is the Hex prices. Let me get rid of these. RSIs. What else there? My portfolio is down 8%. I'm sure look forward to Pulse launch and next bull run. True that, Charity. True that. Just dollar cost average. Pull those positions up in a bear market, DCA, all that good stuff. Keep your ear to the ground. I was providing liquidity for a weight Hex pair, and now all my weight is gone. Lol, says Vance. Really? Liquidity for a weight Hex pair, and my weight is gone. That's interesting. Charity says, "Hey all, good to see you, Charity." And of course, a big Kahuna says we should all follow Superman's example in the bear market, be patient and persistent. Buy Hex. Yes, that's the way to go. Dollar cost average on that. What else there? Genuine says, how's that OX Coast on off-ramp? Sounds great. Bullish for PLS and Pulsechain. Absolutely bullish. Genuine. Absolutely bullish. Vance Malone says, at least I got a nice bag of Hex out of it, says Vance. That's true. That's true, Vance. Astrid and House say, good to see Astrid. Woohoo! And like the above. Yeah, cool. Thanks for liking that, the old PulseX one there. CST is the token for the stable. CST. What did I call it? CSD the first time? Yeah, CST. Yeah, thanks for that, Sandy. Just clarifying that one. What else there? Coast announcement for on-ramp. UFOs in house as well. I can see staking weight for an on-ramp discount. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen there. I'm waiting, says Sandy Beach. Yeah. With the majority of people. I heard Dodeka was compromised by the dev based on some tweets, says Charity. Yeah, that seems to what we see there. And the market price seems to have responded accordingly. And we'll see what happens there in due course. J-Man in house there. Hello, J-Man and DB Cooper. What's up, yo? Good to see both of you in the house. And, of course, one day closer to Pulsechain, DB. Everybody like this broadcast, says Wally. I appreciate that. Big shout out. All right, so cool. Let's jump over to, have we got the Hex Daily Stats? Not yet. Wait a minute. This is the day's not in the right day order. Let's have there, 15. There we are. All right, we're waiting for day 116. We're currently in day 117, and we've been 30 minutes into it, so we're going to have day 1016 come out soon. But we got some alpha, and of course that is PulseX. Woohoo! Has limit orders. Duh! This is our first update for like forever, but it's cool. We like this. We wanted limit orders. We've covered limit orders way earlier about this, but we've actually got them now live here, which is pretty awesome. So there it is. You go to trade, you got limit orders. That's cool. So you got the open orders, your order history. It's cool to see that too. So very nice. Let me know if you played around with this. Let me know if you played around with this. This is really cool. And of course, much needed Maybe you think the market's going to go down overnight. You want to set some limit orders, something like that. You want to buy in or buy out, sell out or something like that. It's going to be able to give you that. And of course, maybe you want this to last for a month. Maybe you're swing trading over a couple of days or whatever. You can put this stuff in here. Maybe you're going to go on holiday, and if the price goes down a certain amount, you decide to sell out or something like that. You've got lots of options there. It's going to be pretty cool. So you can basically you got the normal trade there, PLSX here, for example, and you got PLSX at the reset price, so you can actually set the price, and of course you can change the expiry 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, etc. Blah blah. So I'm going to do a little video on this one, obviously, but you've got enable limit orders, so you have to hit that, and of course your MetaMask is going to pop up there. It's going to cost you. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? It's going to cost me 0.02 test pulse. Man, I've never seen anything that high. Oh my goodness, really? What's up with that? The price has gone up on the Pulse chain and we haven't even launched yet. Damn it. What the heck, man? 0.02. I've never paid that much money in my life. What the heck is going on with that? That's some crazy stuff right there. Maybe because I had no pulse in there. Maybe it's because there was no pulse. I don't know. All right, so cool. We can what are we gonna do here? We're gonna have some fun there. I don't know what I've just messed something up with my wallet. Who knows what I did there. Let me refresh this just one moment. I think it's because I changed the wallet around. Connect the wallet. Yes, we're going to do that. Woohoo! All right, now hopefully it's working there. So maybe we're going to buy, I don't know, 1 million. 1 million. What's that? How much have I got? Have I got 1 million? I have. Got 1.5 million pulse. Let's do 100,000. We've got 100,000. Sell pulse at 4.36. Is it really that bad now? It is. Oh my goodness. The ratio is now to 4.3 to 1. Are you kidding me right now? So you can solely sell us at the market there. PLS sell price. Almost got my tongue tied there. So I'm trying to speak properly here. Pulse sell price at 4.3 there. What else we got there? A Pulse X buy price at 0.229. So it's got the reverse there. That is pretty cool. So that is, what is the price there? We got minimum received after slippage at 0.5%, 434,000 PLSX. So that's just slightly lower than the amount that we're going to get on here since we're buying Pulse X there. Limit order fee 0.9 on the Pulse limit order fee. Woo! Nice one there. Okay, so that's the limit order fee because we have the basic swapping fee is 0.29%. So here we are. We've got the limit order fee of 0.9 Pulse there. That's a pretty beastie boy, actually. Liquidity provider fee is $1.79 there, 290 Pulse liquidity provider fee. And of course, expiry date there is the 14th there because I've got it on a month. So cool. So we're going to sell. Let's sell at 5. Sell price would be 14% higher. So we're going to sell at 5, 14.63% higher. So that's going to be sorry, that's sell price, sell PLS at that price. Let's place that limit order. Bam. Confirm, and of course we've got all the details there. Output estimate, you'll receive at least 497. What's it? 497,000. So we'll confirm that. So cool, and we're going to confirm that on the blockchain. Close. Bam. And away you go. So that's cool. We also got, so that is my order, open orders. Woohoo! Nice one, open orders. Nice one there. So we got that at the ratio. And of course, order history there. No order history. We haven't closed anything off. But that's going to stay in there for a month until the 14th of October. Let's have a look at the little icon here. We've got the little chart. And of course, we can see the price here at the moment. Oh, man, that changed dramatically. Did it? Oh, it's not so bad. It's just the 24 hours. So look at the weekly chart there. That's changed dramatically. 4.6, I guess it's a lot, not too dramatic, but it's a lot there. Month there on the price, and yeah, that's pretty cool. So I've actually got this on Zoom, so if you wonder why it's all crouchy there, because I've just got the zoomed out there. That needs to be me pulling it out there. That's a little bit better, isn't it? What else we got on here? We can cancel. So if you hit, so these 3 dots are called an ellipsis. So if we hit these 3 dots, we will be able to cancel it, view on Pulsechain. And of course, we can open that. And of course, it's got open status on the status there. We can cancel the order. So let's cancel. And let's do that too. I can confirm that. It's going to cost me 0.0002. I think it was because the high fee before, because I was doing something else on the wrong chain with no gas on it. No gas. Waiting for confirmation. Cancel limit order. $1 million PLS for 500,000 PLSX. That is pretty cool. So that is it. That's awesome. Woohoo! Like a boss there. That is very cool. I'm loving it. That is the biggest update we've had in Pulsechain PulseX for I don't know, forever. Seems like forever. Where's the last update we had? No, we had all this stuff out pretty much at the beginning. I think we had all these things added, all the information added stuff here. Voting, was that added in later? I think the burn was in there pretty early. So cool. Let's have a look at the markets. So that is awesome stuff. I'm going to do a short video on that. That's pretty cool. I'll release that later, but there we are. What else? Let's have a look where the market is on PulseX just for fun. We're coming up to 1 hour and 6 minutes. Not too bad. This has been a lot of fun, right? The markets may be lava red, but we've had a pretty good project update roundabout today. I've enjoyed it. Hope you guys have too. Like I say, more patience required. And of course, we are in bearish, volatile markets, and those interest rate rises. Man, we've got to keep watching those things like a hawk. We're going from cheap money to slightly more expensive money, and of course, that is inversely related to, generally speaking, to the markets. But crypto sometimes can do things people don't expect. So we're hoping for the best on that one. 0.062 on Pulse at the moment, 0.014 on PulseX, and of course, we did those ratio prices just earlier there. You saw us with the limit orders, so it was pretty cool. Hex at $1.55, woo, up 21. Is that down a lot? Wasn't that up at $2.70 or something? Pretty sure that was up at $2.70. So it seems to be down a lot there at the moment. Let's see if there's any other tokens that have snuck on here that we haven't seen before. Party token, Algo, Shiba. Can't see anything there. Shiba Maximus, Free Pulse, Sand. I'm not sure what Sand is, but and Rion's coin there. Yeah, not too. I've seen Sand here before, I think, but I'm not sure what those projects are. There we are. Cool. That is a PulseX. What an awesome update, eh? So trade limit orders. Go play around with it, folks. Really do go play around with it. I'm going to post it in the chat there. And that is very exciting. And that is awesome. So big update there. And that's going to be really useful for a lot of people that like to use limit orders. And I know that that's Hexodl. Hexodl will be using the heck out of that thing. What else that we got going on there? What else we got? J-Man, excited for Pulsechain. Absolutely, the wait is going to be worth it. Yeah, like I say, we're getting all these products that are like going to be major products like Liquid Loans and everyone else, Power City. They're all getting their products, going to probably have their products already by the time Pulsechain launches. So it's ended up being quite the godsend there as well. CJ and House there. Hey, guys. Hey, good to see you, CJ, as always. Blobfish King as well, rocking it in there as two. Sandy Beach laughing out loud. AK says 0.008 or 1 cent Hex incoming, and S&P 2,500, 3,000 real bottom. Price for impact in the future. That is probably what's going to happen. We will see with the late September, October, November. We could very much see Hex get down to that price if the market decides to go there. I don't know if it's. Let me just think about that. It's we're going to get a couple of days. Probably we could possibly get a couple of red days, a lot of volatile days. The interest rate rise is really going to be important on September 21st. If it's 75 basis points, we might get a little bit of relief rally. If it was 100 basis points, then going to be hit hard there. The other thing, of course, is really 2023. What's the Federal Reserve going to do in that year? That's really what's the big deal there. Hexodl says click on the chart thing to show the chart also with limit orders. That was cool. I think I did do that. Yeah, so it's cool. Thanks, Hexodl. Appreciate that. Sandy Beach in the house there. Limit orders are awesome. And what else that we got there? Jump through there. Charity says, can we put a limit order for ratio trading? It says Charity. And what else that Hexodl says? Just like Maxi Hex on Matcher. Yeah, so Match is what people do a lot of limit orders on there. Safe bet to trade with limit orders for the ratio. And what else there? There's a Matcher site there. Charity says, seriously, what's potentially chance that could happen with the markets? That's why we always talk about dollar cost averaging there, Charity. It's not inevitable, but definitely that would be the pullback mark. Is anyone aware of Filecoin type fork happening on Pulse, says SG? Not that I'm aware of myself. Right, cool. That is pretty much it. We're up to it now in 10 minutes. Man, has that been fun or what? And what a great place to finish with limit orders. but we're not finished yet. We've still got 5 minutes to go, and we've got the Hex Daily Stats, and we're waiting for it to come out. 1016 is waiting for that. It's already 40 minutes into the day, and we have got no update on day 1016. Where is it? We've got 5 minutes left to go. Can we get it out? That's the question. In the meantime, let's check out the prices. We got BTC at 20,144, down 9%. We got Ethereum at 1565, and we got BNB at 277. That's kind of where we are on the markets. Of course, we've got 1 day and 4 hours to go for the ETH merge. Are we going to get a little rebound in the ETH there? And the excitement for the merge, will it happen afterwards, or will we continue to sell off? The market's going to tell us that. Probability at the moment says that we're probably more likely to go down than up. So that's probably the probability position. And of course, Hex at the moment, 3.7 cents, pulled down to from around about 4 cents. We've got 8 cents pretty much around the maxi. We've got Hedron at 3,200, and that's pretty much it. The airdrops, of course, has probably been the other one we've been talking about. Weight is currently at 1.2 cents, holding on to a fair amount of its gains, up from 0.5%. So it's still holding up pretty well against that. All right, Dave 116, still not there. Now, if you haven't joined our Discord, hit the link in the video description. We just recently hit 700 members. So our next target is 750. So definitely get in there. Lammy, welcome to Lammy. Lammy's our latest person. Who should we give that one there? Give him a Gen Hex one there. How about that? So yeah, get in there, folks, and say hello. Yeah, we've got good information, good community. Get in there. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, smash the subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and share the channel around if you can. That really does help as well. We do 2 live streams a day here, plus, of course, a lot of short form videos. So stay tuned on that. All right, cool. Let us get back up here. Actually, I might have to, under useful links here, I might have to go up to Pulsechain, and I have got Pulsechain up here, but I might have to add in the limit orders on here as well. Let me add that in while we're here. I'll do it now when I'm talking about it. Let me scroll up here. Paste that in. Bam. There we are. Limit orders. Why not? Why not? We say, why not? Let's do it. All right, cool. Let's jump out of there, and we're waiting for the day 1016 to come through. We've got a few more people in the house there. Oh, thanks, Hex Token, says Sandy Beach. Is it a MacD's night, says Sandy Beach? Nah, says Hex Token. That's funny, man. I've been eating better lately. Nice one, Hex Token. Nice one. And yeah, that's funny. One day you might get, you may never know, eh, Sandy Beach? One day you might go to MacD's, and then Sandy Beach will be there. Here's your Big Mac and your fries. I've just come from the beach. The Big Mac and the fries. Now, in I guess in New Zealand and Australia, when we go to the beach, typically we have fish and chip shops down at the beach, and we get these hot chips and fish and stuff like that, and we eat it down on the beach during the lunch hour. Like Mike, well, it was back in the old days. We'd go for a surf on the beach, and then come out after running around, and then go to the fish and chip shop and get us some nice chips and eat that on the beach. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. That's beach life. Obviously, New Zealand and Australia are surrounded by beaches. Most people in Australia, even Australia's big, most people live on the coast side around the country with the big giant desert in the middle. But New Zealand's basically there's a beach like half an hour, at most half an hour drive. Maybe if you're really in the center of New Zealand, might take you a bit longer, but really there's beaches everywhere. So yep. We have black sand beaches on our west coast, and we have white sand beaches on our east coast for the most part. Obviously, there's a bit of mixture elsewhere, but yeah, black sandy beaches are really hot, real hot, and the white sandy beaches are like pure snow. Look really good, a lot of them. So pretty cool. All right, we're waiting for day 1016. Not quite hot off the press yet. Is miles behind. 45 minutes into the day already, and no update from this one at the stage. Maybe I'll have to give it up later on in the day, and when we get to the second live stream. How about that? All right, so cool. We might see who else is in here. Got some comments. I hope not, says Hex Huddle. Join the Discord, says Crypto Dan. Yeah, definitely join the Discord. Fish and greasies on the beach is the go, says Astrid. It is. It's a part of the way of life, that's for sure. Astrid says, had some on the weekend. Yeah, good old fish and chips. Fish and chips. Hell yeah, Superman says, Wookie. Hell yeah. Yeah, you got to have those fish and chips on the beach with the surfing. That's pretty much it. Hey, look, we haven't got the results out yet at the moment for day 1016. So I might end up talking about that in the second live stream because they're just not out yet, just the way it goes. So we'll talk about it then. We're going to have day 8 results for a Maximus team and Perpetuals. So join me for the second live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys have a good day. And of course, yes, it's Wednesday in good old Down Under. I know it's probably still Tuesday in New York. It's still Tuesday in Los Angeles. But in London, it is in the morning. It's currently 20 to 2 in the morning, for goodness sake, or quarter to 2 in the morning, the way we go. All right. Thanks, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll cover the Hex Daily Stats in the second live stream. Stay tuned, everybody. Hope you enjoy yourself. Happy hump day. Says Andrew. Good for you, Hex Huddle. I had a salad from Panera today. Sounds so nice, Sandy Beach. So nice. So nice. All right, let's get out here before I go crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy on this live stream, but that was cool, right? We got so much stuff happening in the ecosystem, and we're just going to bide our time until later on. Later, says DV. Great day to all. Yep. All right, we're hour and 16. Let's play it out. Let me go to the video file. We're going to play the update from the founder of Coast with their latest product. Enjoy this one, and then we're going to sound out here. All right, take care.
What we've done instead is we've created a fiat on-ramp where instead of you send your bank account, your money from your bank account to Coinbase's bank account, in our system, you send it from your bank account in your personal bank account to another bank account, which you also own, with all of the other people who own the stablecoin. And so it's based on a ledger system, and it's called what's called a for the benefit of bank account. And what this does is it basically allows you to mint your own stablecoin. At no point will we ever be the custodian of your asset. So as opposed to Coinbase, who have an enormous amount of US dollars in a bank account, and they mint the stablecoin and distribute it to you. In this particular system, you'll send your money from your bank account to your bank account, and your stablecoin will get sent to your wallet, and we will not be a custodian of either.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Pulsechain shirt on. Pulsechain ring. So, am I just talking or what? Am I live? I guess I'm just live. Hey, everybody. I hope the weather's nice and cool out there. I hear it's like 106 Fahrenheit and hot. I have been talking to devs a lot recently, and I guess the next thing you're going to see released on Pulse X is going to be the limit orders. Works fine in the private testnet. They're just going to push it to the main branch, and like you'll be able to test that soon. And the big thing that we're waiting on is consensus improvements. So because my devs are geniuses, they find bugs other people don't know about. So they know about bugs in BSC that nobody else knows about. They know about bugs in the click consensus mechanism, which Pirelli is based on, that nobody knows about. And so, before we launch mainnet, we want everything to be right. And right now, we have a pretty cool opportunity because the Ethereum guys finally got to market with something, or are close to getting to market with something, which is their Ethereum 2.0, which will now, once it happens, just be called Ethereum. They won't be called Ethereum 2. And it doesn't release new coins. You're not going to get a copy of your coins on Ethereum 2. It doesn't improve costs. There's no extra throughput. There's no extra gas limit. There's no extra throughput per second. All it does is reduce issuance rate for Ethereum, which is bullish for all of crypto. You know, Ethereum's got half the market cap of Bitcoin. And if you don't have Ethereum miners dumping the price constantly and enriching power companies and hardware manufacturers at the cost of the environment and the price chart, well, that's great. And that's great for all of crypto. And it's also great for Pulsechain. In my mind, the two most important core concepts for Pulsechain are the Ethereum fees still high? Yes, they are. You know, I was looking earlier today, it's still $3 to send normal Ethereum. It's still, you know, 10 or 12 bucks to do a Uniswap transfer, et cetera. And that's during a bear market where, you know, Ethereum already dropped 85%. Bear markets tend to come to an end. So the last bear market only lasted 365 days. This one is going to last a little bit longer because people decided to destroy their balance sheets and buy a second. They didn't want to do the normal blow off top bubble chart. They wanted to do an extra double bubble. And this double bubble, well, it didn't work. Ethereum's capital liquidated, block, you know, Celsius bankrupt, Michael Saylor net negative, El Salvador net negative, everybody, you know, all those guys losing money left and right. All the people that listen to me, well, they seem to have done much better. Called top of the day. You might have heard that before. So basically, with this merge that's coming up, assuming it goes well, which I hope that it does, they've got a lot of audits. They've done a lot of testing on it. Hope it goes well. It doesn't do anything but help Pulsechain. Fees are still high. Gas limits are still low. No one's building out extra capacity for Ethereum. No one's trying to reduce the Ethereum fees except us. And I guess maybe the ETH2 developers that someday in the future will eventually get around to sharding, which has been a dream of theirs for like as long as Ethereum's existed. I don't know, 6 years. And it's great. So it also helps with our consensus stuff because a lot of stuff the guys did in ETH2 for consensus is useful for us and Pulsechain. And that's the only thing we're really waiting on. So, you know, if you've used the test net, which I consider to be the best game on the blockchain, hey, you like blockchain games? Guess what, guys? You get copies of all your coins in the pulsechain.com testnet. Go try them out right now. You can trade them back and forth. You can do, you know, it's the same code. So you can do a lot of the same things. And everything else has been really good. Like PulseX, done tons of trades, tons of people doing buy and burns, you know. I've heard nothing but good things about the testnet. So we're basically, because things have taken as long as they have, we're more secure. We're able to improve other projects if we want. Not sure we will. You know, it's just funny. So in my mind, the two things people care about the most in Pulsechain are more coins, more throughput, lower fees. That's the primary value statement. And ETH 2.0 with this merge doesn't give you new coins, doesn't give you lower fees, doesn't give you higher throughput. And so our value proposition is totally clean. I like it. Everything's good. And then the less negative sell pressure on crypto as a whole from removing the miners having to get paid all the time is good for everything. Now, am I bullish on crypto? Not yet. Now remember, Hex ran up 60x versus Bitcoin the first time it dumped from 65K down 55%. So Hex can totally decorrelate from Bitcoin. I think it was kind of bad timing that it looks correlated now because we had our own cycles, right? There were sacrifice phases. There was other things going on in our own cycles. And so I wouldn't be surprised if some point Hex started doing the same things it used to do, which is just overperforming like crazy. We'll see. I don't have a crystal ball. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, do your own research, etc. But I mean, even recently when you saw Bitcoin like break under 20K, which people are really hoping for, they don't like seeing Bitcoin under 20K. And then if you're a technical analyst, there's some things that say like support becomes resistance. And so, you know, what used to be resistance is support in theory, old 20K top, now 20K quote bottom, but actually didn't hold a 20K bottom at all. Didn't respect that at all. You know, went down to 17.5, is now sitting at it was interesting. I saw the euro and Bitcoin and the S&P 500 all pumped today. I was like, oh, I wonder if they're correlated. So yeah, I think as long as Grayscale Bitcoin's at a 33% discount, which it is, and they hold 1% of all Bitcoin, and, you know, the Ethereum merge might be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. I mean, we see lending people that are borrowing Ethereum for the merge, they're paying like 15% APY to do it. And so, you know, there's some people interested in playing this merge game. And I think traditionally in crypto, buy the rumor, sell the new stuff is pretty common, you know. And so with the risk that Bitcoin dumps due to either just not doing its 85% dump yet, which would put it at, you know, a little bit under 11K, and the 33% discount on Grayscale BTC, which has been consistent. I mean, it's been there for months. And the Mt. Gox coins being released at some point. Those guys suck so bad. Just give us a date, guys. Just give us a date. Let's go. Stop screwing around, you know? The comedy, that whole thing. And then we've got the Bitfinex coins they're trying to sell, which I think is like 94,000 coins or 84,000 coins or something. And then we've got Ross Ulbricht's coins, which I think is like 70,000 coins, somewhere between 54 and 74,000. Can't remember the exact number. I tweeted all these, so you can look these up. So we've got discounted Grayscale Bitcoin, which is 1% of all Bitcoin. We've got Mt. Gox, Bitfinex, and the federal marshals probably selling Ross Ulbricht's coins because he signed off to let them do it to pay his restitution. And then normal cycle dump, right? And then maybe buy the rumor, sell the news for merge. So in my mind, it's the dream bottom would be the Grayscale discount goes away. Some of those free coins that are going to get released by law, like the Japanese ones at Mt. Gox, or going to get dumped as a matter of law, which would be the Ulbricht ones of Silk Road fame. And then it's up in the air whether the Bitfinex ones will really get sold or not. You know, they might get refunded or they might get sold. Who knows? And there's, I think there was 94,000 coins there. You could look it up. So the dream would be those coins get dumped. Bitcoin's deficit to net asset value in Grayscale disappears. And then it does its traditional 11K and pray 85% dump. That's been a nice bottom. And then if they raised interest rates, oh boy, that'd be nice too. Because as long as they keep doing quantitative tightening, QT, it pushes down the stock market pushes down Bitcoin, Bitcoin pushes down Ethereum. That's how it goes. And then I like this next cycle is going to be hilarious because with Pulsechain, you know, like look at the situation Bitcoin's in. Is there DeFi in Bitcoin? Comedically, no. Is there high throughput? Is there low fees? Is there a roadmap? Nope. Is there good anonymity? Nope. Now I was just talking to a lawyer today about the Tornado Cash situation. And this, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, but he says that, you know, the sanction just addressed USDC, which means it could be the case that you can still use Tornado Cash using the ETH address. And as long as you're using IPFS to access the contract, you know, it seems like it should be okay. But if you mess this up, it's devastating. Don't mess it up. Be very careful. Get your own legal advice. You know, of the many things in this world that you want to toy with, sanctions are not one of them. The government takes them very, very seriously. So I would get legal advice from a lawyer before I did anything related to sanctions. So yeah, bear markets don't last forever, right? So if our top was, let's check the chart here, check the chat. So if we call the most recent local top, get on the daily here, in Bitcoin, if we call that November of 2021, and a year out would be, that's November 11th of November 10th of 2021. You know, that's 2 months from now. So if the bear market's only going to last 365 days, That's only 2 months and 4 days from now. Could happen, right? We could dump, make that firm bottom. And everyone else is thinking about this bear market. I'm thinking about the next bull market. As soon as we've got this consensus figured out, and I think we've got a good plan, as soon as this consensus is like executed and fixed on Pulsechain, it's going to be glorious. Imagine launching, imagine all these new people that get to buy a massive dip. So when I got into crypto, I didn't get to buy a massive dip. I got to buy the top. So I bought Bitcoin at 30 and went down to 2. I was down 93.5% to start. It was like, oh, well, this sucks. Then you just hold. Then it goes up to 1,200, and then it goes down to 200, and then it goes up to 20,000, then it goes down to 3, and then it goes up to 14, then it goes to 4, and then it goes to 69, and then it goes to 17. That's the history. So being able to have so many people, like perhaps the people at this conference, buying at rates that are, 10 times cheaper, like for instance, Hex dipped 95%. Well, golly, that's a good dip. I mean, you could get, if you buy 95% dip, you're getting 20 times the stuff for the same economic energy that a person that had bought previously did. So in theory, that greatly reduces your risk because you're getting so much more stuff. I don't know why in crypto everyone loves to buy tops and sell bottoms, but if you have the opportunity to buy bottoms, like some people bought the big payday dip, well, that was glorious. They did very well on that. Some people bought that $2 dip. I didn't. I just held. But had I been a lot smarter, buying a 90% dip on something that went up another 20,000 fold, yeah, actually went up another 34,500 fold from $2. So it's a lot. It's a lot of extra movement. 34,500x from the bottom of the dip. That was my introduction to Bitcoin. What else do we got going? Some of you guys may notice there was a US credit card on-ramp available for Hex, which would be buytohex.com. What else? Yeah, really, we're kind of waiting for consensus. That's the majority of what we care about right now. And we also, the documentary's done. So the highest of stakes documentary is complete, and they're just slapping the soundtrack on there now. So it's I hear a 40-piece orchestra. I'm not an expert on orchestras. I'm not, I don't listen to too much orchestral music. I guess we all do if we watch movies, because it's very common in movies. And apparently everyone that's seen it likes it. So I think it's going to be awesome when that comes out. So let's see what next year might look like. Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex on the Ethereum network, Hex on the Pulse network, documentary out, incentive token out. Tell us more about the incentive token. I don't know. People probably provide liquidity to it, and that'll be its claim to fame. What's Dogecoin's claim to fame? As a JPEG. This still seems to be a mechanic that works in crypto. What else? Racking my head here. Oh, yeah, the wallet's coming along. Mr. Wallet developer is still building out the wallet, so that's coming along. Anything else? I think that's all I can think about.